Hey, you know John? He's on 95. He's cool, dude. $703 shot, 703. Nicole, go get all the other 703ers in here. Do it.
Do it. If you don't do it, you don't love me. Don't do it.
Server 20 is not ready for anything. I've got fantasy savvy. All right, let's turn these tunes down. Tunes are loud, and we got things to complain about. I got things to talk about. Can't have all this loud music. Ah, ah. Is anybody else feeling feisty today? Anybody else feeling feisty? Go ahead and invite your alliance in. Go ahead and invite your server in, so we can discuss all the things that need to be discussed. I need to answer y'all's questions, give y'all updates like the board cube being in the event store. It is there, but trying to work around the parameters that were set by former Arc runners so that everybody can get the board cube that doesn't have it yet. That's I think a good thing happening. That was the intention of the cube being in the event store this month. So my hope is to get that rectified quite quickly. Obviously going to answer questions about the Gorn Eviscerator. We'll even use the Gorn Eviscerator here in a second so y'all can see it. I will have a video coming out on it today. We'll say that overall, Gorn Eviscerator, I'm on. Certainly not going to twist y'all's arm to go buy it. I do think that there's pros. I do think that there are cons. We'll go over those things too. And of course, we'll just straight up answer your questions. And even if that question is what is 2 plus 2, I'll be happy to tell you it's 5. And we're going to have a good day. I'm going to speak it into existence. We're going to have a good day today. So how is everybody doing? Go ahead and if you won't, no, dang it. I don't want to use the jump juice. Just want to fly there like a normal human being. Yeah. Also, I've got a sneeze. It's stuck in my nose. I don't know if it's going to come out, but it's quite annoying. So apologies for that. Apologies from that. Hope you're having a good day from the Dutch. Hey, 2 things I can't stand: people who are intolerant of other cultures and the Dutch. Good to see you, Naxelly. Good to see you. How do we get the Gorn Eviscerator for free? Ming, really wild to hear you asking me that question, considering your status in the game. But the Gorn Eviscerator will have an event that comes out, similar to how the Cerritos works, that you can grind it free to play. Now, that event is not currently out, like here these couple days, for obvious reasons. And I think we all know what the obvious reason is. The obvious reason is money! Buy it in the store. That's the obvious reason. You don't have to buy it. It will have a free-to-play path. So you can make that distinction for yourself. And whether you want to purchase it, I will talk about it extensively, I'm sure, in today's live stream. We'll have a short form, like 10-minute video today about the Gorn Eviscerator, going over crewing, going over upgrade costs, etc. Yeah. We'll go over all that. So, was that free-to-play path going to start? Unannounced. It should be this month, I believe. Again, remember, normal path, everybody. They're going to try to sell it first. They're not just going to give it to you, right? Y'all know this game. Most of y'all have been around here long enough, except for Nicole. She's on 703. She's only been here very recently. Most of these things that come out are going to have that sell period where they try to get everybody to buy it, which is fine. I know the game's got to make money. I'm not mad at them for that. I would like things to be a little bit better if we're going to be selling things, but it's whatever. But yeah, the free play path is going to come out. From what I gathered from the Overlords, it should be this month. However, there are a couple things that the Overlords told us that didn't come true. For example, the Gorn Eviscerator's summoning ability does not work how it was talked about in the live streams and even in our hype video, so that sucks. But they did apologize for the wrong information, so I guess that makes it better. So, Frederick says so it's not free to play day one. I mean, I think we're getting where people are splitting hairs on things. Day one sourcing means, does the ship come out in the month that comes out? Is it going to have a free-to-play path? And it is. If we want to do that literal day one just to get angry, that's fine. You can do it. I'll be honest. I'm not going to sit here and join you in pitchforks and torches over the ship not having literal blueprints on day one. I'm not. I love that it's going to have an event to unlock it because I think that's how ships should come out in the game. So, yeah, if y'all want to get all feisty about that, you can. Just know that Rev's not going to join you. I'm going to let y'all go about that on yourself. So, yeah, it's whatever. But even if that's the debating point, the real point should be, is the ship any good? And I think the ship's okay, but it's meh. I mean, to quote my friend Alex, it's meh. It's very meh. I don't think it's bad because there is a redeeming quality. The thing that DJ was looking forward to the most sucks, which is the summoning ability of the ship. It sucks. Summoning ability is trash. That's my opinion. What is good about it is the refinery. So, meh. The refinery was the part I was looking forward to anyway. So I'm going to pull the refinery today. I'm doing a little bit of grinding with it just so y'all can see it in action. But I've got the isomatter here. And I can do, I think I got 3 days worth of full pulls. This is a daily pull. So I'm going to do a 3 chest pull daily. Got 6 Apex recruits, 6 more of the artifact. I got some ship parts that I won't be using because I don't have uncommons or rares in my thing yet. And then I'm going to go do a singular pull of here for a tier 1 ship. And I got 3 Strange New World and Banga shards. That's not terrible. It's free. If it's free, it's for me. That's always been kind of like my shtick. So I'll take 3 Strange New World and Banga shards. But that's what you get, right? Like that's what you're getting in terms of like, woo. So, hey, I actually will take 3 time crystals. That's a good pull. That was good. So tier 1 Eviscerator. Now the refinery does improve as you tier it up. So yes, you will want to work on tiering it up. But I would say my overall reaction is meh. You know, it's meh. John says the summoning was why I leveled up so high day 1. Disappointed. Yeah, completely understandable. The benefit to a higher tier Gorn Eviscerator is going to be a better refinery. The drawback is expensive as heck to upgrade. And we'll go over this in the video. But it is expensive as heck to upgrade. And that's a big negative for me. I mean, in terms of cost, is G5 materials cost is more than a Borg cube. That's a little wild. So I'm curious to see how far the free-to-play even take this ship. And I've actually warned them. Now, one thing that we try to do in the first week, second week of features coming out is provide feedback to try to elicit change. And if y'all remember, a lot of things in the past year that have come out have been altered in some way or fashion, you know, in the weeks following their release. So the meh feeling I have maybe gets slightly improved. But yeah. Yeah, Gratification says ridiculous, more expensive than the already expensive Borg cube. In the defense of the Gorn Eviscerator, the Gorn Eviscerator has way more use to the free-to-play and average player than the Borg cube probably ever will. Because by the time the average player gets the Borg cube to where it's good, which will be the high 50s and 60s, I'm sure something has come out that has negated it being the best PvP ship in Sigma right now. And that's the thing. It is the best PvP ship in Sigma, the Borg cube. But that's its really only redeeming quality. I mean, it's a little bit cheaper to repair than G6 ships as well. But by the time that the free-to-play get up into G6, that probably won't even exist anymore. So at least the Gorn Eviscerator has use for the average player. At least it has use. But yeah, there you go. There you go. Prax says, I paid for it, won't take it past tier 1. But you're going to have to take it past tier 1, Prax, if you want to get a better refinery and better pools and stuff. But at the same time, like, that's up to you. You could also keep it at tier 1 and just use the stock refinery. That's completely your prerogative. I get that. I would warn you, again, I'll have the charts, everything in the video, and we can kind of grab them. We've been showing them off yesterday as well, that the main bulk of the cost is in the G5 area of the Eviscerator. That's where it gets like truly like, wow, it's not too bad prior to that. Let me see if I can grab one of the charts and just throw it up on the screen for y'all real quick. Give me 1 second. I got way too many charts saved from this thing already. But we got recommended crews here. Let's see. I'll use this master chart. This is one that we've been using for a while to compare. We showed this on the stream on Twitch yesterday as we were giving away battle passes. But here, let's look at this chart together. Don't worry, I'm gonna zoom in on it for you. So up here at the top is the Gorn. You see we got Gorn, Talios, Defiant. Here's a big one. Tritanium cost, double that of a Borg cube. There's the Borg cube over there on your right side. Double your cost in dilithium. I would say that in terms of resource costs, again, you're kind of like at a meh point in the game. 4-star is not too bad. It's definitely a lot cheaper in 4-star than the Borg cube. So here's your Borg cube's 4-star uncommon, which is about 500,000 ore. So it's much, much cheaper in 4-star. But then you get to 5-star where it gets really, really weird. Right here, 1.2 million crystal. These are raw costs. This doesn't count any of your research or anything. But in 5-star, 1.2 million raw crystal versus right a little less than 1 million for the Borg cube. So very pricey in 5-star. Very, very pricey in 5-star. And then you get down to 6-star. It doesn't have as many tiers as the Borg cube, so the Borg cube is by default more expensive. But the earlier part of G6, so Sigma players, is more expensive than it is for the cube. Now the cube does have more tiers. So the cube actually has 18 tiers. The Gorn Eviscerator only has 15. So something to keep in mind there. But as far as your interceptor here goes, in the G5 area, it is the most expensive G5 ship in the game. And if we're including the Borg cube as a G5 ship during G5, the Eviscerator is the most expensive. It's not that bad prior to that, but in G5, it is the most expensive ship you will utilize. Very costly to upgrade. So, yeah. There are some of the negatives. The positive is going to be the refinery, right? Like what you can get from the refinery, and if you find value in the refinery. I personally like the refinery. I think the refinery is good, but I like the entire isomatter refinery, regardless of the Gorn Eviscerator. Like I just like the isomatter refinery. I think it is good. It's an everyday pull, so everyday pulls are going to have less generally than a bigger pull. So something that you would do every 3 days, generally speaking. There are exceptions to that, but generally speaking, that's going to be something that you're only going to get a couple shards a day. But if you're pulling it every day, it's good, right? So getting it to tier 1 and then having the refinery, that's where you're going to have the value for the average player. But how much is that value worth? You know, it's like Not an Expert says, would you buy the NX01 or buy the Eviscerator? That one is not even a contest for me. NX01. NX01. And there's a couple of reasons why. The NX01 tremendously improves credit sourcing on a difficult loop. The Gorn loop is not hard. The Gorn loop is not hard at all. The Eviscerator simply opens up a second and good refinery. That's it. So if I had to choose between the two, NX01 all day long and not even second guessing that decision, unless they make changes to the Eviscerator. Like as it stands now, the only pro to buying the Eviscerator is saving you what will probably end up being about 3 months of grinding through events to get it for free and then have access to the refinery. Whereas what it is sourcing, all the new Strange New World officers, you would like to have the sourcing and the ability to grab those as quickly as possible. So the NX01 is just in terms of one-trick pony ships that exist in Star Trek Fleet Command right now, the NX01 is the superior one-trick pony by a lot. Like it's not even close. That is the superior one-trick pony. There is value to the Eviscerator, but unless the Eviscerator gets a lot of updates and changes, and I have already brought up several things that I think they need to change about it, it's kind of I do like the idea of adding to existing loops. I like that. They didn't make a new hostile for it. I give Scopely credit for that. The Gorn Eviscerator ship itself is very weak. You're not going to be out there using the Gorn Eviscerator. Now, John, I am curious if, John, you would like to do... John, do me a favor. Because you did say you tiered up your Gorn Eviscerator. John, what did you tier your Gorn Eviscerator up to? What did you tier your Gorn Eviscerator up to? Let me know, because I have a question. I would like you to send me screenshots of a comparison, but I need to know what yours is at before I can request said comparison. So John being level 60, I want to see how far exactly he took it. So you took it all the way to your 15. So you maxed it out. Can you compare? Can you send me a screenshot? Here's what I want to see from your Gorn Eviscerator. I want to see this details page right here. This is really all I care about. DPR and health. Show me this, and then show me your other ship, or tier 12, whatever. So if it's tier 12, show me your rare 56 ship and your Gorn Eviscerator. I want to see health and DPR so I can show it to the folks. But this does not have great base stats. It's okay, but you're not like replacing other ships to use the Gorn Eviscerator. The Gorn Eviscerator is likely going to be relegated just to doing its Gorn loop, which again, I guess is fine. Very unique design, but I was hoping that it would perform better than being just ugly. And so far I am relatively unimpressed. I'm impressed with the refinery. And I will say one big move that, again, was kind of like told to us that is not the case, was that you could use the refinery and grind for the new currency without the Eviscerator, which is not currently true. I am trying to make that a thing, but that is what the Eviscerator is going to give you. The new refineries, which admittedly I do like. I do like more sourcing for ship parts, G4 through G6. I do like more sourcing for officers. Love that, but meh. Hey, Benjamin, how you doing? How you doing? It's an ugly ship. I mean, I don't care if a ship's ugly or not. I mean, I'll be honest. I hate the look of most Federation ships. I hate the bland, grays and blues and the weird nacelles and necks and saucer sections. In terms of ship design, I've never really been a huge fan of Federation designs anyway. It depends on what you like. In terms of design, I don't honestly care. Like it's not, yeah, it's ugly, but yeah, so what? I mean, this is also ugly to me too. It just depends on what you like aesthetically. I mean, my prettiest ship is probably my Tribune. I love the Tribune. And now when I have the Vorcha, that'll be my prettiest ship. I do love the Defiant. I think the Defiant is a great looking spaceship. The Katinga is stupid. I love it, but I acknowledge it's stupid. Like literally, hey, how do we beat this thing? I don't know. Ram the neck and split it in half. So we can gripe about any ship. I don't really care how it looks. Personally, meh, but it's not going to cause me to not use it. But yeah, is it pretty? No. Sure. What's worse, Sarko or Gorn Eviscerator? Sarko. Sarko's hideous. Sarko is hideous in Discovery. I like the idea of what the Sarko is supposed to be, but Sarko is just ugly, period. Sarko's ugly, period. Yeah, exactly, Sugar Fat Man. So like you can do the basic refinery to get the reward, but you can't like get the officers or the ship parts or anything without the Eviscerator, which seems silly. So you love the look of the Titan. Wish it was more than just a support ship. That's fair. Afternoon, Raj. Good to see you. So much uglier. I'll be honest with you, man. They call Jane. Believe it or not, most people don't like buy ships based on how pretty they are. They buy them based on will they provide any value. And again, you just have to find that for yourself. In terms of the Gorn Eviscerator here for server 20, you see we've got, 53 people in my bracket who have bought the Gorn Eviscerator, and this is just my bracket on my server. And we had a couple people who really decided that they wanted a nice Gorn Eviscerator. And keep in mind that this is a G4 bracket you're looking at. So we've had 53 people in the G4 on server 20 who have purchased the Gorn Eviscerator. At least going by the SLB, right? Oh yeah, you're right, Paulo. That's 46 through 50. So it's not even the entirety of G4. That's the upper end of G4 on server 20. 50 people getting it, and that's going to vary based on, where you're at. But let's see. What I want to upgrade. I could upgrade the warp engines. Yeah, that's going to be a big upgrade need immediately. What else can we afford? Because upgrading this thing is, yeah, that's a thing. That's a thing. Hull health is always a good idea. Hull health is always a good idea. But you know what? We're going to do warp range first. Just so we can take this thing out a little bit deeper. But there's my one upgrade. And now that actually is there we go. Yeah. As much as I want the officer recruit refinery, isn't this similar to Mantis? You need the ship to get the refinery? Yes, you need the ship to get the refinery. So it is similar to the Mantis in that respect. Yeah, it is. Value is a plus, but I buy them because I like collecting ships. There you go, Ray. Again, everybody has a reason. And all I can do, or all I should do, in my opinion, is inform you of how it works and what value it brings to you. You have to make the decision on whether you want to spend $100 to have it now or wait, essentially, which probably going to be about 3 months to get a free-to-play version of it. Completely up to you what you want to do. Would I buy it? If you told me, hey, I give you $100 to buy a specialty ship that's come out in the past 6 months, that ain't what I'm buying. That ain't what I'm buying. If I had to buy a specialty ship that's come out in the last 6 months, it's not even close to the NX-01. And that's because the NX-01's grind is so painful. I want the NX-01. And now the NX-01, because I use a free-to-play cheese crew. And again, I feel like I'm hyping the NX-01 up here. I'll go buy this. I use a free-to-play crew to do my grind, and it takes 10 seconds. Like, easy peasy lemon squeezy. Freaking love the NX-01 now that I have it. In terms of utility, love using this thing. I'm going to let it go warp out for 5 minutes, then I'm going to use it for 10 seconds, and I'll be done. So, I think the Eviscerator needs more love. And I'm curious to see if they give the Eviscerator more love. I don't know if they will or not. I think the Eviscerator needs more love before it's a must-have ship. So, what was the other ship you want to screenshot? So, John, I want you to take a screenshot of your tier 12 Eviscerator, and then a screenshot of like your level 56 rare, whatever your main FKR ship that you use, so we can compare hull health and DPR from similar level ships. Even ugly ships need love. Yes, every ship needs love. The Eviscerator needs extra love. But see, I've got 40 million of this saved up, and I double pull this every day. So there's my opportunity chips. There's my export credits, getting more every day. I come in here and I pull this as a free claim because I got the skin. I love that the skin here had a free-to-play path, immediately for the NX-01. Love that. Working on getting some Picard Q shards, and I only got one there. Meh, but still, if you pull it every day, that's something. I'm gonna come in here and I'm gonna do risky business. And whoa, risky business hated me on the rares, but gave me good on the epics. I'll take that. That was yummy. Let's do it again. See what we have. Again, rares, not fan of me today, but yeah, that's why I like the NX-01 in terms of like what you're getting. Me doing that every day. That's why. Let's go to make the Eviscerator event available 38+, so those of us still camping before 40 can make progress in it. I'll be honest, Log, the answer is no. Here's why. There's so much content already in the 30s, and technically stuff that you can get for the 40s that is already in the 30s. They're not making things available then because there's too much stuff in the 30s as it is. Like, there are too many open and active loops. There are loops that are kind of closed now. You reach a point where you don't need to do them anymore. But yeah, I realize that you want to participate in new content. It's the whole fear of missing out thing. It's the basis of how this game is made. But I would tell you as a player, don't worry about some of this new content. Don't worry about some of this new content. Take your time. Don't feel pressured. Don't rush. All right, so I got... All right, Bond, I don't know what that screenshot is. That is several layers of confusing, but it's not what I asked for. Bond, I need the detail screen so I can look at the DPR and the hull health, and you've got a graphic error because that's not the Gorn Eviscerator. That's not the Gorn Eviscerator. It's not your fault. But here, I'll just go ahead and share with everybody the screenshot you just sent me. This is a very, very Star Trek Fleet Command example. Here's your Gorn Eviscerator. Oh, it's Star Trek Fleet Command. I love this game so much. But anyway, John, if you could get the working pictures, appreciate it. Oh, I love this game so much. I really do. I make fun of it, but I do love this game. Oh, I do love it. I do love this game. Oh, I do love this game. That's funny. That's funny. All right. Pity to have 2 Stranger World arcs and not get the Stranger World Enterprise, not even as a skin. I can feel that, Anthony. I can. Hopefully that comes one day. Hopefully that comes one day. When are these events going to happen to get the blueprints for it? Jim, I believe towards the end of this month. Here's the thing. It's day 1. Well, technically day 2. We're trying to sell the thing. And that's why you don't have it right now. But it will be a weekly event. So, announcement coming soon. Coming soon. Coming soon. And it is possible that our friend Bond has not updated his game, but it's still hilarious to see that. It's still hilarious to see. All right, what was I doing? Oh, yeah, we're waiting on the NX01 to get here, and I can try to cheese this. Now, technically, there are multiple cheese crews for this, by the way. There's several ways to cheese the aquatics. I'm doing one that does have a chance of failure, but, like, takes 10 seconds if it works. So, we'll see. Now, again, there is a technical chance of failure here, but let's see if I get my cheese in and if it wins today. Because I can get 2 tokens a day now because I got the skin. Thanks to the NX01. And let's see, do we get a failure or a success today? We got a success, I'm pretty sure. Go ahead and hit that repair button. Hit this. And yay, look at that, success. Woohoo, cheese, we're done for the day. 2.2 million tech modules, 13.5K scraps. Yep, easy peasy lemon squeezy. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, there we go. All done. Happy, happy day. We're all happy now. So, yeah, to answer the question from earlier, what would I go after? Eviscerator NX01. If I just had a spare $100, it's the NX01. It's the NX01. Because y'all seen how much he just gave me in terms of like faction credits and things like that. My X-Borg, I'm sitting at 4,600 epics, 4,300 rares, and 20,000 uncommons. So as soon as I stop being lazy, I can actually start, you know, pulling some of these favors. Yeah, that's my choice. So, that's my choice. Yeah. Yeah. They'll release a Strange New World Enterprise as a loop to get new Gorn officers. Well, this is the end of Strange New Worlds. If y'all couldn't tell, this is the end of Strange New Worlds. So there's not Strange New Worlds next month. Like, that's why we have an event store right now. So, I have an event store next month. So, Strange New Worlds is complete though. Well, I mean, not complete. I'm not saying it's never coming back. I'm just saying that, you know, for what we're doing right now. All right, since I did get that really good pull earlier, we're going to do this. So we get, hopefully, yeah, we go. There's our tier up catalyst. There's a tier up event. Is it tomorrow? When's the SMS for Forbidden Tech tier up? Is it tomorrow? We'll do our artifact. I'll do a mid pull on the artifacts. There we go. So I can do those pulls without having to run more formation armadas. And yeah, I can do several things down here. Tomorrow, thank you, Sugar Fat Man. Someone on the stream of theirs was asking the viewers they'd like if they could anonymously give packs to Alliance Mates. I didn't think that was a thing. It's not a thing. The only thing that you can do if you want to gift packs to an Alliance Mate is send them money or log into their account, like their Scopely ID, and buy it with your credit card. But I have actually been asking, like, why does the game not allow you to buy packs? Because there are high-level players out there. I know we had a couple that I've seen in chat who would buy a pack for their Alliance Mate. Like, if you could gift a pack. There's several people I know who would do it. You know, so I don't know why Scopely doesn't do things. There's a lot of things in this game that I personally feel like are easy, you know, income sources, cosmetics, buying packs for your Alliance, stuff like that they don't do. I do gotta give a big thank you out real quick, though, to Big Papa Pumps who just want to help with the surgery fund and mess with anybody's OCD wanting even digits to be showing on the bar. And then they also said, good luck. Big Papa Pump, big thank you. This wasn't Big Papa Pump like a wrestler or something? I feel like that name's familiar. You're not that guy, are you? I don't know, but I thank you. I want to say your game name, not your government name, because government names are dangerous. But thank you so much for this very generous donation to the surgery fund. I'm gonna put it in right now. It's going to update on the top of the screen. Thank you for your love and support. I really do appreciate you. So, he sure was, but I'm not him. It's still appreciated, Big Papa Pump. It really is. It's still heckin' appreciated. All right, Bon, your screenshot game is not working well today. And while I appreciate laughing at Scopely errors, you're not helping me. So I'm going to get out of Discord now. So, when's the weekly event going to run for the Gorn Gobbler? Unannounced, but it'll be soon. Unannounced. And the reason it's unannounced is because they're trying to sell the damn ship. That's the normal procedures. Everything's normal over here. But soon. All right, here we go. The Big Bag Booty Daddy. Big Papa Pump is your hookup. Holla if you hear me. Was that like his tagline or something? Because that just sounds like a harassment suit. HR is going to contact me here soon, just for me repeating that phrase. All right, we're Discovery doing final series. Do you think we'll see another arc? Possibly. Wow, Wow, one of these gave me a really good set of pulls. The other gave terrible, but that's RNG. Also, we need to go do pulls. All right, so I'm going to do this pull. And by comparison, look, so this one has a cooldown. I did get 750. That means I got, wow. That means my pull for rares and epics was not very good. But in terms of cooldown, you see this is going to take 3 days. So the amount of shards I'm getting between the Gorn Eviscerator refinery and Bajor's Elite Loot Exchange is actually pretty similar. It's just, it looks worse because one's a 1 day pull, one's a 3 day pull. So do a mid pull here, see what we get. Oh, there's also the transport. I actually got really good transporter pattern pull chance there. But yeah. So again, I like an everyday pull of things. I think that's a good addition to the game. It's just not like jump up and down excitement level, but it is good. It's good. Event store needs updating. Fairly pointless at this point for me. I guess that depends on your point, Slither, because I'll be shocked if it's pointless for you. Like, you're telling me that you've got Nurse Chapel Max. You're telling me that you've got all your Forbidden Tech Catalysts. You've got hundreds of thousands of them, and you're good to go. I feel like that's not true. Like, this event store has value. There are things that people want that maybe aren't in there yet, and we are arguing for things to get added, but there is a lot of good in this event store. Number one, even if nothing else was added, go get and max out Nurse Chapel. Now, remember, wait until the end of the event store to see if we get anything added. But you can't say there's nothing of value when wrong finger. When Nurse Chapel's sitting right here. You can't say there's nothing of value. Nurse Chapel's right there. And it's not just Nurse Chapel. Come over here into your, under special currencies? Yeah, scroll, right here. Tier up Catalyst, right here. Can't say there's no value. You just might not have like the Fisha glass skin that you've been, I don't know if you personally been screaming about it, but I know a lot of players have been screaming for 6 months to have. So there's definitely things in there. Just maybe not that one thing that you've been wanting. Now, in terms of ship blueprints, the board cube, I am trying to get fixed because the board cube is supposed to be in there for the players who are like 20 BP short and it's not showing for them. That's being worked on. I am also going to push for NX01 and things like that to get added in. Sure, absolutely. Going to work on those things. But yeah, I don't get with the whole like the event store sucks thing. Now, maybe the currency payout sucks. We'll see. I mean, they did just give us, you know, what, 30,000 yesterday. We'll see what we end up with. But I can't get on board with the event store sucks. The event store just might not have what you specifically want, but there is great value in it. So, but again, this is why we tell people to wait, right? Wait. There's always, y'all can't name the last event store that something didn't get added. This is just Scopely's pattern. I'm not even saying I agree with it. Stuff gets added to the event store. Wait. Y'all know this game is built around FOMO. They make you feel like you need everything now. And they're going to show you something like this and be like, well, that's all there is. I might as well dump everything in a Nurse Chapel today. And then 2 weeks down the road, like, oh my God, they listened. They added the thing. And you're going to be like, damn, I wish I would have saved those things because now I got to go buy a pack. Y'all, look at me. Look at me. I know many of you, like me, went to public school, but you're smarter than that. You know what's going on. Pay attention. Stop letting your impatience hurt you in the event store. Don't forget the Fisher Salvager skin. I mean, again, most of these skins that people are even asking for are for collection purposes only. They give no real value in the game. So that's why I don't really focus on them as feedback. I want to get things like ships in the game that people need, like the NX01 and the board cube. But it doesn't have any value. It just looks cool. So, oh man. Good times. I love y'all. Love this chat. All right, will there be an event store at the end of each series arc? There's always an event store at the end of each series arc. Oh, Frederick, that's how it's always been. There is one exception to that where we had a 1 month arc, and that's only happened one time. But every end of arc has an event store, whether it be Duality, TNG, Strange New World. All of it's got an end of event store arc. Now, Prax, look, man, I love you, but if you keep being so negative, I am going to mute you. I'm sorry. I've made it to a point where I'm happy to call out Scopely on negative, but if you are going to be just perpetually negative, I am going to mute people who are nothing but negative. I'm just letting you know, Prax. You got to either change your stuff or chill out. Not spending all my credits to the end. I've played this game enough to know the strats. Kal-El knows. We love it. Kal-El knows. I know, Prax, but the joking mixes in with the real people griping, and I'm just sick of it. It's 5.5 years. I'm tired of the griping just for the sake of griping. It's no longer a joke to me. It just gets annoying. So I know I've said it multiple times on the stream here now in the past couple months. People who've been here 5 years, I get that it's the running gag. I'm sick of the running gag. And most new players don't get that it's a running gag, and they just see people griping and they don't like it. So it's pixels, chill out. It's not funny. If you want funny, go watch Berries and Cream on our Twitch channel. 2-month arcs seldom have proper event stores, normally more of a Dabo style. Well, it's still an event store, Slither. We can debate, the merits or the value of an event store, but you're going to get one, right? It just might not have this grandiose, has everything. You are right. The Ferengi art, great example, Dabo style, which is when it came out. But hell, I loved the Dabo style because that was a choose your own rewards for the entire month. And that lets you really stock up on, say, gas if you needed it. Which I thought was good. This one is definitely more limited. Absolutely more limited. And the throwback cosmetics, is anybody going after these? Probably not. But again, I put the throwback cosmetics in the same tier as ship refits. I really do. They're about the same. Sorry, that picture caught me off guard real quick. Now, the cloaking in here has value. If you like cloaking, that's completely fine. I don't really do the cloaks because they're just so pricey. But for a guy who's in a PvP alliance, I probably should pay more attention to the cloaks. I'm also tempted to just go ahead and finish this out because I need 15 more. And I'll have the assimilated Stella. I'll have the assimilated Stella. Oh, words hard. Words are very, very difficult. Words are very, very difficult. I just can't speak anymore. Yeah, I love the assimilated skins. Again, we talk about things that Scopely I feel like is missing out on. $20 cosmetics. Every single faction ship should have a Borg skin that does nothing except look pretty, and I would buy it. If I could make my Pylum have Borg antennae and stuff, I would spend $20 in the game. Absolutely. Would do it. Weird missed opportunities by Scope, but that's their thing. Hopefully they get smart, I guess. I don't know. Whatever. DS9 station skin. Oh, we screamed for that when DS9 came out. One bonus to always waiting and getting new ships free to play. They usually work out the issues before you get it. That is a legitimate strat. There are issues with the Eviscerator compared to what we were told it was going to be. So there's disappointment. Bond already said he's disappointed in how high he's taken it based on it not working how it was originally hyped. There's definitely advantages to waiting. So, all right. That should have been... Sorry, I'm also trying to catch up on missions here. Oh, 45. Why don't you put that in the dang description? Make it easy to see. We should add a cosmetic factory so we can design and paint our own ships. That'd be cool, Pegasus, but that's not going to happen. How would you sell that? I don't know. I guess anything can happen. Anything can happen. Or just like the Borg Ferengi pull, what would you do to fix it? I don't know what you're talking about, to be honest, Kishi. What do you mean the Borg Ferengi pull? What are you talking about, Kishi? You want to be very specific because there's about 100 pulls in this game. The Borg Ferengi pull. The only thing I can think of you're talking about is the X-Borg Fisha pull, which I do pull. I pull this regularly. I'm going to say regularly, but I do it as long as I can pull the refinery. But I pull that. So I definitely think it has value. Because I wasn't watching the live, are you going all in on Chapel like you did Neelix in the event store? Yeah, probably. We'll see what gets added, though. I'm not going all in on anything day 2. I'm not going all in on anything day 2. Remember, I generally make my video about what to recommend the Borg store or what I recommend the Borg store 2 weeks into the arc. So, if you didn't have the 4-star epic ship, what level solo Dominion would you be hitting? Probably the 53s. So, yeah. Almost have 1,200 prime dolomite particles. What prime do you recommend? Same one I've always recommended. The prime station efficiency. Or the prime ship part efficiency. Sorry. Here, I'll show you real quick. Station. Right there. And right there. These two. There are other ones, but those are the main two for me. Those are the main two for me. Those are the main two. All right. How are you liking loop number 6? It's the same loop, so nothing's been changed, Silvis. Like, there's no new loop this month, so. The free traders that give you tokens and probe space? Oh, well, that's a Vidar thing, like, from 10 years ago, man. I just don't feel like they provide any value. That loop, that's a piece of super old content that's only for levels in the 20s and 30s, and the payouts now just aren't super good. I mean, if you want to grind the traders, go grind the traders. That's fine. I get it if you're a lower level player. But I mean, this is not valuable. Like, this is not valuable in today's game. The game just gives you way too much for this to have any value. The lucratives, meh. I just don't think it's valuable in today's game because it's never been updated. And there's no, when they did the Talios, they didn't upgrade this. So you don't have any of these in the Talios area of the game. So yeah, I think that that's just a piece of the game that's become outdated in time and no longer has value. Like, I would not tell players, hey, spend 10, 15 minutes hopping around trying to find these traders and farming them. Or how we used to do, taking like the Franklin with Jayla as captain to go hunt those traders to get those tokens. I just don't feel like it has value anymore. I just think it was an older piece of content that at the time was very good, but now there are better ways to utilize your time in the game more effectively. So, Savage, a free treasury is more common than every 5 months. If you're doing all your overflows and your 30-day chests, I think it's 3 treasuries a year that are free. 3 treasuries a year. If you're getting everything. If you're constantly hitting all the things, then that's where you're going to find value. But you would just have to be like very studious with hitting everything. And you can get it about every 3 months. Sometimes it's going, depending on how like your broken ceiling rods roll out, it'll be a 4th month. But you've got your overflow for your battle pass. Your flash pass overflow tends to give it out. You got your 30-day chest. So yeah, you can get about 3 a year. About 3 a year. So I'm gonna go ahead and click all these buttons. I do think they should add more ways to get broken to ceiling rods, but obviously the broken to ceiling rods is, well, it's valuable to everybody, but the real value for like pure free to play who've got the $5 treasury is getting the officer shards. But like for me, I try to do it, but I'm really bad about not being perfect with that. So yeah, Bond, it's okay, man. You didn't, and it's no big deal. We're past it. But I appreciate your attempt to help, man. I really do. I appreciate you. Dang it, it's Wednesday. I don't know why I just did that poll. That's like the 3rd time I've done that in the past month. All right. Do you feel like after 5 years that you're closing and producing more content for other game titles? Or closer? I mean, you mean on YouTube? I mean, because we already do multiple games and are partnered with multiple games on Twitch. Like, I am a content creator for Gaijin, who makes War Thunder, and I'm a content creator for Scopely, who makes Star Trek Fleet Command. In terms of YouTube, no. Because I cannot pivot this channel away from Star Trek Fleet Command until Star Trek Fleet Command dies. So this channel will always be STFC until STFC is no longer worth doing, and then it will pivot. Probably it'll pivot to just Star Trek stuff, because I love Star Trek. Always love Star Trek. We're in a golden age of Star Trek. So I'll probably just make this a generic Star Trek channel where we'll go over the shows and the movies and favorite episodes. But we'll see. I gotta do all these refineries before I forget about them. For free to play, this 3 times a year events are great for me to help with ships and officers. Exactly, Ari. You just got to be able to do it. So are you still playing Infinite? I am. I like all Paradox titles. Crusader Kings, Star Trek Infinite, Hearts of Iron 4. Those are my kind of games. They're just not things I really stream. But they're things that I love playing by myself. So, yeah. Oh, God, Steven, I'm going to ban you. I'm going to ban you. I'm going to ban you. Again, John, we're already past it, but no, you do not send the screenshots I needed. But we're already past it, so don't worry about it. We're already past it. Atomic, yeah, I'm working with the Arc Runner. The Arc Runner put the board cube in the event store, but it is not displaying to the people it needs to be. That's being looked at. The whole point of adding it in, and this is something I talked with them before we had this Arc launch, was to have the board cube available for those people who basically didn't finish the battle pass, and that is being worked on. We'll see how quickly that gets fixed. So, favorite Star Trek show? That's tough. I'd say my top 3 shows, if we're going by rewatchability, like if I was to turn on Star Trek right now, what would I watch? I'll give you the 3 shows that I would turn on right now to just watch Star Trek. Deep Space Nine, Strange New Worlds, Lower Decks. Those are the 3 that have the best rewatchability to me. The nostalgia in me, as in what I grew up with, wants to say Next Generation. But if I could just rewatch portions of Star Trek, Deep Space Nine always wins because I love season 4 through 7. Don't really care for the first 3 seasons, but love seasons 4 through 7. Love Strange New Worlds, and I love Lower Decks. So, but everybody's allowed to have their own answer. So, everybody's allowed to have their own. There's no wrong answers. What's your favorite Star Trek? No wrong answers. Hooded says, I don't care what other people think. I love Voyager and Enterprise. Yeah, that's awesome. I love that for you, man. On the Q&A section, one of the things to talk about was possibly the Alliance inventory being used to drop parts, resource to other players. Have you heard anything? Well, David, that was literally, that state of the game was Friday. That was like 4 days ago. There's no turnaround time that you're going to get an update on something from 4 days ago. They're not making an Alliance inventory system 4 days later. So, they're not doing that. I'll let you know. That was 4 days ago. There's no way. There's no way. No way. Oh, man. All right. What other questions y'all got? Star Trek Fleeky Man questions. We can ask whatever questions, but I do like to keep it Star Trek Fleeky Man because I know there's a lot from this past arc. I really want to get as many answers as I can. So, as many answers as I can. A once a year big update would be nice. New faction like that. Agreed, Matt. I've said that they need to add more faction ships to each faction. I think that the base parts of the game could be updated to reinvigorate a lot of players and at the same time let them make money without constantly adding in new things. I mean, if y'all watch State of the Game, and if y'all haven't watched State of the Game, strongly encourage you to go watch State of the Game. You saw Obsidian Hamster be impressed with me pitch a 3-month arc just like that. Like, here, bam. Wrath of Khan. Updating the augment content and tying in Wrath of Khan. For me, it's easy. I'm a diehard Trekkie. I've been here a long time. Like, I've been around Star Trek a long time. I love Star Trek. I guess it's easy for me. But if you missed State of the Game, I encourage you to go watch it. It is an hour long. And that's actually not the entire thing, but an hour long. We're going to be doing this every month now. But if y'all want to go do State of the Game, we're constantly updating y'all, getting more of Scopely's voice out there to the players. Y'all go check that out. So, you have the Cliff's Note versions on what to do with the NX-01. Rich, did you watch the video I made? I'll go grab it for you real quick. But the video that I recommend everybody watch if you get the NX-01, because the free-to-play players who've been grinding out the double pulls the NX-01 are getting it about right now. I'm going to show you the video you need to go watch. I'll post the link here, and I'll show it to you here in just a second. This is the video you need to go watch. I just put the link in, and I'll put it up on the screen so you can see it too. The video you need to watch. Punch up, free-to-play officers to hit big hostiles. In particular, we use this crew for the NX-01. And you see me doing it here. For that crew, I'll put it on the screen real quick. Look at that handsome man. That is a dang good looking ginger. That's a dang good looking ginger. But anyway, as far as what that crew is, I'll show it to you real quick. I do want you to watch the video. For one, obviously I want you to watch the video because, well, it helps the channel. and 2, so you can get better context. But that crew is this one right here. This one right here. So, John, I think you know the answer to that question, dude. That would have been inappropriate. I think you know the answer to that question. So, all right, let's in game. I feel like there's so many things. Oh yeah, I need to go do this poll. No problem, Rich. And again, if you have specific questions on like how and why things work, more than happy to answer them. Ooh, I got 15. Wow, that's actually a really good pull for my free drip. 15. What? That's good. Oh, 15. Free to play drip going strong. What's my underdecks for NX01 look like? So I could actually make my below decks better than it is, but you would want to have Strange New World. Not Strange New World. You would want to have Tom Paris for more mitigation, Hugh for criticals, Belana Torres, Nurse Chapel. All these are good options. Got me more Eye of Ra. And then we go ahead and do these pulls. Oh, I can do a full pull. Hey, there's some Chakotay. Oh, I'm almost ready to take up Tom Paris another tier, which will be very useful for his below deck ability. That was good stream. It was, man, because I've actually had really terrible luck with that lately. I'm gonna double pull this and get more of my artifact gallery schematics. I really need this thing to be. I really need to be level 50. I have so many artifacts waiting for me to be level 50. I need. That's one thing I wish. You want to talk about what Rev wants in the event store? Freaking artifact gallery stuff, man. Oh, let me get more of that. Artifact gallery. That's what I need. Artifact gallery. Like, I've got my ACC where it needs to be. It's already level 46, right? And I'm pulling that now. But artifact gallery, I am stuck on so many because I need to be level 50, or the artifact gallery needs to be level 50. And it takes so long. But like, look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I've got 10 various artifacts waiting to upgrade that I can't. And others that are close that will be locked at 50. I'm pretty sure this one will be locked at 50. At least if not there after that one. Just because I need the building up. But I'm sourcing the artifacts. I would love to upgrade my Andorian scanner, make my Tribune better. But artifact gallery level 50. So it's a pain, man. I wish I could grind some of these things faster. I do have that building upgrading a little bit. I wish this upgrade also was faster. This has got to be the slowest drip of any building in the game. The holodeck has got to be the slowest drip of any building in the game. Anyway. Also, yes, you will be getting War Room, I think, next week. So y'all pay attention to that. War Room coming. War Room coming. Formation Armadas. Most of my Formation Armada credits are coming from the X-Borg faction. I do run Formation Armadas, but most of mine are coming from the X-Borg faction. You're more than halfway to ACC 50, so I'm desperate for the rare cores. Understood, man. Yeah, it's even though the 4-star Armada chests, we all talk about how poor they pay out. If you are listening, you've probably heard us talk about that. You still want to pull the 4-star Armada chest because you're going to need those rare cores. So don't hold out on the and we're like, hey, I'm just going to save everything to 5-star. No, you're not. You need those rare cores. Spend. You need those rare cores. Don't just sit there and save all your stuff for 5-star chests. You need those rare cores. You need to upgrade that building. So, yeah. How did you get about those forced PvP events? One more? I mean, the ALB is not happening this month. So that forced PvP galaxy-wide purge ALB and stuff, that's not happening this month. But the War Room is not going anywhere. I don't think the War Room's a problem. But that's just my personal opinion. But we will have the War Room. War Room's easy. I mean, you can finish that. If you're an active alliance, I can finish that in a day, let alone 6 days. And you don't have to go out of your way. Now, your alliance can decide that you want to go out of the way and just burn things to the ground. That's a different issue. You know, the game's not telling you to do that. I have an issue when the game tells you to do that. All right, I've answered this. What ops level to get the Gorn ship? 40 plus, Prax. 40 plus. So it is ops locked at ops 40. It is ops locked at ops 40. Are you really giving me an auger mission right now, sir? An auger mission. An auger mission. Okay. Yeah, you're in timeout, Scopely. You're in timeout. An auger mission. You're in timeout. You go sit and think about what you just did. Now let me switch my ship, dang it. Mother... Y'all gonna get me in... I'm gonna have to start using the button. Start using the button. Alright. Alright, go over here. We gotta get... Did you not switch it? Alright. Guess what time it is, everybody? It's time to reboot the game. Hey! Or go clear your localization, whichever works for you. Mobile, PC, etc. Reboot the game. Make it work. Yeah. Make it work. Yeah. I know, Sean. My Gorn is now suddenly 70 million power. Yeah. Hey, yeah, we increased primes that Rev hates. Go away. I don't want your prime. All right, now let's actually swap. Did you actually swap? You did. Thank you. So Mad, this update is the first time that I've had this issue on PC having to reboot every now and then. So don't worry, it is being brought up. But usually the PC is fine, but now my PC is like, yeah, we're gonna reboot for you. Yeah. Why is Scopely so enamored with level locking, whether it's building or ships or whatever? Can you explain that? Because I don't get it. Oh, it's simple, David. The logic is simple. There's two phases of the logic. One phase has to do with money. The other phase has to do with game balancing. The first part of it is if you level lock something, you have to level up to do more. Duh, right? Well, when you level up in the game, you're getting closer and closer to the premium areas where if you are a player in Sigma, for example, you basically have to spend to operate every day. So it's just taking you closer to paywalls that incentivize spending. The second part of that is if you didn't level lock things, let's take the Gorn Eviscerator as an example. If I did want to, in theory, take a Gorn Eviscerator, or like if I wanted to buy the packs to do so, and it let me buy packs to upgrade it, the Gorn Eviscerator is going to max out at like 500 million power. Imagine having a 500 million power ship at level 40 because a player was willing to spend that money. Now, we can definitely get in the argument that spenders already have such an extreme imbalance. Why does it matter? Bull, whatever. That's a whole can of worms for an argument. Those are your two things. My Venmo link doesn't work. It just got used yesterday, Matt. What do you mean it doesn't work? Here, I'm with the donate link and you check it again. If it doesn't work though, let me know. Shoot me a message on Discord because it was working fine earlier today. Somebody actually sent me a Venmo. But there's the link. But let me know if there is a problem. But those are the two, logic points as to why. You don't want a player level 40 to have essentially a level, 60 ship. And you don't want players, or you do want players to be incentivized to level up. So those are the two different logic points. So the anti-OCD is still strong. Yeah, Kiki Jesus. Actually, somebody just sent that. It was Big Papa Pump. It was a perfect number, and then Big Papa Pump was like, yeah, let's ruin that. So Big Papa Pump and Kiki Jesus are tag team professional wrestlers in Star Trek Fleet Command. Is James Kirk worth going after? Doesn't look particularly great to me. I like James Kirk. I am in love with the rare officers for the new Strange New World. Not in love with the epics, but I do think all of the epics are actually really good. They just need tiering. No chat about the new ship's rip ability. Is it that bad? It's useless. The rip ability would be good if you could, say, bring my level 38 player into a level 60 system and let them launch an armada. Then it would be good. But as it is now, it is useless. It is useless. The only application I can think of using the rip for now is territory and bringing in everybody all at once into a territory battle. I would not spend money for that. It is a dead on arrival ability. I still like I truly, really do like the refinery for the Gorn Eviscerator. But the abilities, meh. Literally meh. Just meh. So, Steve says, will Kirk's shield bypass ability at start of battle not be OP? Well, he's only hostiles. So it's not like you can use him in PvP. So, oh, we just got a message. We just got a letter. We just got a letter. We just got a letter. Shout out to Mad Happy. Shout out to Mad Happy. Mad Happy Gilmore. Thank you. I wasn't sure how to do the name. I'm surprised you didn't fix the OCD. I don't really care. But thank you for supporting me and my family, helping with the surgery fund. It is greatly appreciated. You're amazing. I don't care what anybody says about you. I think you're amazing, and I appreciate you. We're getting closer and closer to finishing out the surgery fund, so thank you. I appreciate all of you. So, why was the currency needed to buy export style tokens changed from export emblems to export credits? Export. Come on, this? Don't have an answer, honestly. But I'll also be honest. This has no value to me because it only is for these. A hailing frequency, which is meh, and I don't even like this frame. So I'll be honest. I don't know the answer because I haven't looked into it because this has no value to me. So I honestly don't know. There are things that I don't know. But the reason I don't look into it is because it's only for these two crappy frame and hailing frequencies. So I have too many favors I need to be doing. You don't like the match chest pull? Oh, I love them. Wait, which chest pull are you talking about? You talking about this one? It's okay. This is not as good as the Borg refine, the Bajor refinery. There's nothing wrong with it. Like, I'm not like anti using it. I need to do a lot of these first, right? Like choice construction level 2. I should do that before I need to spend these credits. Now, keep in mind that the NX01 requires... Oh, somebody popped me? Somebody must pop me that I'm at war with. Who got me? Sleepy Sheep. Shout out Sleepy Sheep. Here, let's go in here. So I also have to maintain a certain level because I need them for upgrading. See, like I need the rares for upgrading that part. I need uncommons for that. So there's kind of like a little balance there. We'll do that on stream right now. We'll spend some, but I do need some for just these purposes here. And I need more of that. You see, I have to have uncommon, rares, epic, etc. to upgrade the NX01 itself. But yeah, let's go ahead and do some favors. Let's go ahead and do some favors real quick. Tigger, the free-to-play path to the new Gorn ship is going to be a weekly event. It has not been released yet, but it will be. First week of the game, they're just trying to sell the ship. So, all right, let's talk about what we can go ahead and start grabbing. Now, see, I cheese, so I don't need the opportunity chip boost. This I don't need. If you follow Rev's advice, you will not need this. You don't have to worry about that. The warp range still good. The repairs still good. I don't care about the mining things because I don't mine anyway. So that doesn't have any value for me personally. The commander's prerogative, though, that has value to me, which is increasing the cost efficiency of fleet commander skills. That actually is really neat. Like that one. So, yeah, and of course, Tigger. That's what I'm here for. In NX01 I can even start trying to work on these favors. And again, that's why I answered the question earlier. Like somebody asked, would I buy the NX01 or buy the Eviscerator? And it's not even close. It's the NX01. Because the NX01 is why I have so many credits. I didn't go buy uncommon, rare, and epic credits. The NX01 gives them to me. And with a free-to-play crew, I'm loaded out on full pulling every day. So that's why I push the NX01 in terms of unlocking it. It's that important to unlock. Like your uncommon currency should be going to unlocking the NX01. Yes, you do want to do these favors. I get them. They are important. I'm not saying they're not. But that's why I push the NX01 so much, because it's the only way to do all these favors. It's the only way. The NX01 makes this doable. Without the NX01, all of this is not doable. It's just not. It would take you several years. But with the NX01, it's easy peasy lemon squeezy. So Let's see, Axionic. I actually do need this. Increase the base cost of Axionic servos for buildings. I actually do need to go ahead and max that out because that building is also something that feels like it takes me forever. So max that out. Done. Done. Quick question I have: see everyone ship with higher defense under details than me, even though I'm max officer. A higher tier ship, my armor is lower. What am I missing? Research, Matt. Research. Research is going to be how they have more effect than you do. Research. How do you not need opportunity chip boost? It allows better pulls daily. What do you mean it allows better pulls daily, Douglas? Because opportunity chip boost simply increases the amount that drop from the battleships. What do you mean I need more? Did you not? You might have just came in. You might have missed my video. I'm sitting on like 50 million opportunity chips. If you use the free-to-play crew that we talk about, increases the box, but it's only increasing opportunity chips, right? All right, let me look real quick. Because I was just thinking it was from the battleships. I'm going down to the NX-01. Oh, okay. Okay. All right, so I actually do need that one then. I thought that was doing something different. I had that confused with something else. So, wow, okay. That is something we can get. All right, I'll hand you that one. That is something good. We can start on that tomorrow, and I have epics, so we'll go ahead and do that. Yeah, y'all are all right. So I'll go ahead and start working on that one with my epics. We'll go ahead and start working on that one. Okay. You're a low 40 player. My auger's like 6-7 million. When I'll be able to kill Gorn anytime soon. Gilbs, I'll be honest with you, man. You went into 40 plus too early. But Gorn is based around crewing. Do you have Enterprise E data, Janeway, Nurse Chapel? If you can get isolytic damage, you can beat Gorn with your auger. But you're going to need isolytic damage. How do you feel about like faction tribute research? Don't. You're talking about the new Prime. Have you tried the Pike Harrison E data with Cerritos, Max Ford, etc.? I'm aware it exists, John. I think that is the dumbest thing ever. Here's why. And there's nothing wrong with it. It works. You literally just told me to kill 40 aquatic battleships. You know how much time that is? How much grind that is? Absolutely heckin' not. No thank you. Yes, that is a second cheese crew. But that cheese crew is so low value to me, I would never do it. The only application that personally would have for me is if I wanted to use aquatic battleships for like a leaderboard to, you know, spam some results. But yeah, that is a second cheese crew where you can bypass the 30% cannon because you're just going to kill the ship so fast. I get it. But you just told me to grind 40 ships in this game, and I'm going to throw my Sharpie at you. Absolutely not. Never. I don't care about the field training completion because the payouts meh. But I get it. I get it. But I don't struggle with any because I get 2 battleships a day with my 2 tokens and a cheese. My pulls are always full. Yeah, I'm not. You're never going to convince me personally to go grind 40 hostiles because there's already too many daggum grinds in this game. But you are completely right. And I will repeat the crew for those that don't know about it. The other cheese crew for the NX-01. There's a second cheese crew for this that isn't technically as easy to get. Pike, Harrison, Enterprise E data. So that you go against the level 40, like the baseline aquatics. You go to the baby aquatics. And you basically just start one-shotting all of them. And you just farm them until oblivion. You're not purely one-shotting them, but you're able to kill them in round 1 with Pike, Harrison, Enterprise E data. You kill them really quickly, and you kill a ton of them, and you do get a lot of the battleship tokens, which is cool. But my issue is I don't want to grind 40 ships. But it is absolutely a valid strategy. It's not something I like. It's also harder to get the officers. But at the same time, if you do want to make sure that like you're constantly pulling, come down here to the NX-01, these chests right here, which you can see I'm already personally doing, but I'm not doing like the full pull one. I'm doing the 30 chip pull because these have long cooldowns. I'm already doing the 30 chip pull, but you are right that if I did the bigger pull, I could be getting even more credits. Get what you're saying. But for me personally, it's a big negative. Just because I don't want to kill 40 ships. I don't want to kill 40 ships. I don't want to do it. But you are completely right, John. It is very legit. It is legit. Sorry, I'm confuzzled. We pulled that. Didn't I just pull this? I pulled that already. What just happened? Oh, the favor resets it. Oh, the favor. Look at y'all. See? Look at y'all being smarter than Rev. I love it. I love when my community's smarter than me. Love that. All right. Look at me. My smooth American brain is learning some things. I love it. I love it. I'm off my game. This is normal, Brandon. This is what happens. DJ has the same problem. Me and DJ talked about this a few months ago on stream. There's too much in this game. Even people like me who do this game for a living cannot keep up with everything. It's just not possible, man. So I know more than most. I probably would argue I know more than all, but I don't know everything. There's just too much in this game. Love that though. It makes sense. Anytime that you like tier up a ship, you're going to reset your refinery. Makes sense that singular favor would do that. But because I mistook the favor for what it did, never thought about it. There we go. There you go. But yeah, there's just too much in the daggum game. The aquatic system tokens only come from the NX-01. Correct, General Darkfire. No, I get you giving me crap, Brandon. I love it. It was an opportunity for me to do a little like mini gripe that there's just so much in this game. You can't keep up with it anymore. Also, this bug still exists. Yay, bugs. Hey, bugs. I can't. Like, I feel like I do a pretty good job of keeping up with everything. But there's just so much now. Yeah. There's so much. It's also why, like, I'm happy to promote Major Sam and Lube. I'm wearing Lube's hat right now, and DJ, and there's just so much. Like, hell, this is why I play accounts. Level 23, level 19, level 57, level 50. I need an account like level 35. I have about 36 players in Sigma that I'm constantly hitting on because one, they're hot, and two, I need information about Sigma. Just so much in this daggum game. And what's wild is, I promise you, a lot of people who work on this game don't know the game as well as y'all do. So, I gotta go do waves. Gotta go do waves. I think just move slider ship XP bug over to the standard recruit. Yeah, there you go. There you go. I'm down for that. Where do we use the new Apex currency we get from the Isomat refinery? In the Isomat refinery, but you need the new ship to be able to take advantage of like the recruit pulls, which I don't think is right. I think that they should change that so that everybody can pull it. And that is something that I will be bringing up this week. Will they ever give us a tier all button? It's been brought up before, Kishi. In fact, Beck was actually on our Discord stream, not Discord stream, our Twitch stream about a month ago and heard that and thought it was a good update. So we'll see. I'm always constantly trying to get more things out of the game that make the game easier for all of us as players. And heck, I think a lot of it makes it easier for them as, you know, the designers. But yeah, I also love those type of ideas and I always feel like y'all can swing them to me and I'll try to push them up. They're good. Sliders for 4-hour shield. I need sliders for 1 day shield per. That's what I use the most is 1 day shields. I just throw 1 day shields up all the time. I know DJ's kind of to the point where he doesn't care anymore. He just gets raided because he's got tons of resources. I still care about my resources and I don't want to be raided. So you can do a video on Sam Kirk. I mean, I will eventually do a video on Sam Kirk Slither when I get Sam Kirk. I tend to not make videos on things that I don't have just because it's difficult to show off something that you don't have. I mean, yeah, I will have a video on Sam Kirk. Pelly is the one that I like the most. She's the rare this month. So I think Sam Kirk has a really neat captain's ability, especially if he has full synergy and stuff. So, yeah. What's more important, maxing Zindi escalation, crit damage floor, and particle beam favors, or NX01 VPs? Such a good question, Andrew. God, it's tough too. I would say this. If you plan on using either my cheese crew, or I'm going to give John his daily credit for him bringing it up. If you're going to use either NX01 cheese crews, the NX01 is more important. The NX, because that means that you can bypass the traders. I don't know why I just decided to leave. But if you do what I'm talking about or what John's talking about, you don't need to ever go after the reptilians again, except for when you go trader hunting for the specific drop the trader gives you. But if you're following the advice that, you know, me and John are talking about, like the different crews, you don't need to have all the favors. But if you don't have those crews unlocked, or you don't plan on using those crews, then the favors are more important for doing the reptilian grind. So, any chance that they'll allow us to get more Rialtas? Probably not. You can, I guess, ask customer support. 18 shards from opening chapel. Should I hold currency? I would recommend holding currency, but I'm still probably going to tell you to get Nurse Chapel. But I would still hold currency. The only reason to get Nurse Chapel right now is if you have no officers that let you farm Gorn, and she would give you the isolytic needed to do that, then I would get Nurse Chapel now. If you don't have Enterprise E data, if you don't have Janeway, and you don't have the isolytic needed to beat Gorn, go ahead and get her now. But generally speaking, I'm always going to say hold your currency to see what they add. Yeah. Yeah. I have level 4 crit floor damage and the other's level 5. When can I put Hugh below Dex? When that crit floor is maxed, Omicron. When that crit floor is maxed. Are you able to tell us if and when new transport patterns are coming? They are. The transporter pattern generally gets updated 1 to 2 times a year. I don't have a date of when that's happening this year, but I don't have Leslie, so my forays in token space have not been successful. Any tips? Converge. Do you have Pike, Enterprise E data, Harrison? And now I'm gonna let John take over. Do remember that you can get Leslie. So do remember you can get Leslie. Free to play. Is pain, but you can do it. But if you don't have it, do you have Pike, Enterprise E data, Harrison? Because that's the second cheese crew. You're not punching up with that cheese crew. You're simply farming low level. Let me see. I actually might be able to put up on screen real quick because I don't think I'm using any of those officers. Well, I'm using Enterprise E data, so I can't show you. But Pike, Harrison, Enterprise E data, and you'd be farming the level 40 battleships versus farming, like mine right now, I'm farming the level 55 battleship. I hit it one time, I fill my cargo, I'll go home. So, unlock Hoshi, who has no sourcing. I would not recommend unlocking Hoshi because she has no use. If you are somebody who is a completionist and you feel like you have to have everything in the game, sure, unlock Hoshi. But she has no real use in the game. And I'm not just trying to say that as somebody who doesn't mind. Just mathematically, she doesn't really provide much of a boost. Just doesn't give you much. So you can go after just because you want to have all the things. But is she really helping your gameplay? I don't think she is. I feel like you would be better served putting all that into Nurse Chapel. So, prime efficient ship engineering or ship parts? I'll show you which one I prefer. And it's easy because I've actually researched that one already. The one I prefer, prime efficient ship parts. It doesn't mean the prime efficient ship engineering is bad, but the bigger bottleneck between the two is ship parts. Both of them are wanted. And I would say my plan is I'm going to get this to tier 6. And once I get this to tier 6, then I'm going to switch and start doing prime efficient ship engineering. So, a little bit of a balance there. Also should be pointed out there are a couple other good uses of dolomite as well. So, is a hamster aware that players love flash sales in event stores? Do they? Because most people don't like flash sales in event stores that I'm aware of. I could be wrong there. Are you being facetious? Do you really like flash stores? If you do, that's great. I love that you love things. I've actually had people complain about those. I guess it just depends on who you're talking to. Also, I need to go hit more Gorn Hunters. Need to hit more Gorn Hunters. Where do we get Dolomite? There are 3 places to get Dolomite in the game currently, Dylan. You get Dolomite from the Forbidden Technology track with Voyager, which obviously is Bleh, X-Borg, and Section 31. So if you come over into your X-Borg, which that reminds me, where is it at? Oh, the Mega Chest. The Mega Chest gives you 20, but you have to reach the Exalted reputation for that, where you see I'm currently at. And then Section 31 has one, which is a daily drip of 10. So there is your Dolomite drips. G5 Mega Chest gives 30. Depending on where you're at, yeah. Obviously, I'm a G4, so I get 20. If you're a G5, you will get a little bit more. We'll get a little bit more. Is there a way for me to get 40 to ceiling rods within 6 days? There is not. There is not, Dev. The only way to get your broken to ceiling rods is going to be from like overflow event. Well, I'm sorry. There actually is a way. I'm so sorry, Dev. If you've got a 30-day chest waiting right there. I don't know why I didn't think about that. Yeah, 30-day chest. If you got a 30-day chest waiting right there. 30-day chest. 30-day chest. And John, I see your question. I've not tested her to confirm her math to be able to answer that question. But you have the overflow, but you can't finish the overflow till the end of the month. But if you needed stuff right now, the only way to get it right now would be broken to ceiling rods found in the 30-day chest. No, it's fine, John. We've learned, and I know you know this, until you actually have something Scopely's made in your hands, don't trust the descriptions. I know you know this. Don't trust the descriptions. Test it out. Test it out. And yeah, Russell, we've talked about it a couple times, but I understand why people are going to continually bring it up. It's something the Arc Runner's looking into. So I don't trust them until I actually test it. Because so many times things should be some way or read a certain way and it doesn't work that way. So sticking your neck out, it gets, once you get, beheaded enough times, you stop sticking your head in the guillotine. You stop sticking your head in the guillotine. So you saved up for a decent SLB, so no money spent for this. Nice, Ryan. Nice. So if you want to go after the new officer, enjoy, my friend. Enjoy. Enjoy. And speaking of, I've got to do events. Ooh, mission key. If you haven't done your mission key, StarTrekFleetCommand.com. I didn't do it yesterday, clearly. Everybody go to StarTrekFleetCommand.com and then go to your store, do your web gifts every day, get your daily mission key in, claim it. There you go. Me constantly forgetting to do that. I'm not going to get that 30,000. It's not. But if you haven't, here's me reminding you to go do that. And let's see if I have it in the officers. I don't. 4 days until I can pull that. 4 days. You have 23 chances? Yeah, and I won't get them at name. I'm just really bad about remembering that. I generally only do it during streams. So I end up being, like 4 short. But that's a me problem. Everybody else, I encourage y'all to be a better Star Trek Fleet Commander than Rev is. I encourage y'all to be better. So, I encourage y'all to be better. Great analogy with the guillotine. Thank you, Bartman. I appreciate that. Appreciate that. I try to have the best analogies. What can I say? I try to have the best analogies. I do my best. Hope should swap the last month officers in the mission key the current month. I mean, they're not going to do that, but yeah. I like all the officers that we've had in Strange New World. They're not necessarily amazing, but I like them. I like them. Hostile officers are tough to get excited about, but there's some neat applications they've been doing recently. Obviously, we've all got like overload on events and loops lately, but I still like the structure of a lot of the new loops because they're so different. You know, one, you need to focus on ISO. One, you want to focus on no crit runs until you do favors. I mean, I like that you have to actually think about how you attack some of these new hostiles. I am, of course, sick of 80 new loops in the past 2 days, but at the same time, I do appreciate the thought that has to go into loops now instead of it just being, hey, throw Pipe Roach in on there and fly. See, KBA, that varies. So KBA says I get a lot more with the event now hitting the ARC folder. Scopeless shooting themselves in the foot a little bit. They was trying to drive traffic at the web store. KBA, I actually find the opposite. I find the buckets way more beneficial and helps me organize and keep up with everything. I hate when it's just one screen to scroll to find events. I prefer the buckets. But I don't think either me or you are wrong there. I think it's a preference thing. And that's... those buckets were added based on feedback, right? But again, I think this is one where like not everybody's going to be happy about it and everybody's going to agree or like it. And I get that. It just depends. Now, like personally, I think that the battle pass should be in the season passes. I like that there's a whole nother tab for this. That makes things easier for me, makes life happier for me. But I get that not everybody's like that. So they actually moved, by the way, actually moved the battle pass back into the main screen based on feedback. I preferred it in the season passes. They moved it back in here right up at the forefront of the regular events page. So all right, we go over here and I'm looking for a trader. There's one. There's one. Trying to find these bad boys. Trying to find them. Trying to. And the only reason so I can get that special token, because my Zindi scraps now come from doing my aquatic battleships. Is how I get all my scraps now. But obviously I want the special token you get from destroying traders. So now I'm just trying to like cycle through and farm those as much as I can. Daily VV, if you don't want to forget. Yeah, it's Cardassians. It's Cardassians. I'm not doing it on stream just because I'll probably get sniped. But I guess I could send a ship and try. I mean, if y'all would enjoy watching my ships get blown up, let's go load the Tribune out. Let's go load the Tribune out. And send the Tribune to probably die. Oh, I mean, it looks like it could be semi-safe right now. But I could hostile grind it, or I could just run, what, one Epic Armada or a couple of rares. And I do need to run rares, so let's run a rare. We'll see if we get popped. All right, let me see. Is there another 41 in here? 41. Looking for a trader. Looking for a trader. Not in here. Next system. All right. Make sure you remembered. I appreciate that, Kishi. I am really bad about forgetting that. So I do appreciate it. I do appreciate it. You know if the ticket events would be mats or currency? I don't, Hypo. I don't. I would hope not, honestly. I think most players prefer not. That's what our survey showed. We'll see what they end up doing. But I hope it's event store currency. I do like materials. Not saying I don't. I know a lot of players like more materials. But event store currency is just, there's too many ships we need. Too many officers that we need to source. Give me more event store currency. Are you at war? Server 20 and IA are basically always at war. The only time the war pauses is for incursions. So, yeah. Famous last words. It looks safe. I guess. I guess that are famous last words. I'm still going to try. I'm going to use the speed up, though. As soon as my slow-ass auger gets there. Auger. See, now that stupid away team's got me calling it an auger. As soon as my slow-ass Tribune gets there, I'm going to hit the speed up. So, how'd you get the Tribune? I don't understand the question. There's only one way to get a Tribune. I mean, I hit level 50 and then I got the blueprints. I don't understand the question beyond that. I'd like ore ticket and 2 event store tickets. Yeah. Yeah, we just choose. You know what? Just give 6 ticket events and let people choose. Honestly, that's not a terrible idea. Give 6 ticket events and let people choose. And then you could incentivize buying tickets if you wanted to. That's honestly not a terrible idea. Like, truly. I'm not trying to shill for Scopely here, but honestly, running 6 ticket events instead of 3 during an event store month, allowing people to choose between event store currency and materials, seems like a win-win. Pick what you want. Pick what you want. Big S, man, yeah.
Big S says, let's run 6 events. We can sell so many tickets. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. If you get, let's go finally, let me get the last 10 cubes. I'll love you forever. I'm already working on that, Kyle, but besides your love, what else do you have to offer? What else do you have to offer besides love? What you got besides love? Hey, see? This is why. There's JTK. This is why I sped it up. This is why we use speed ups. This is why we use speed ups. That's why we use speed ups. Bam. All right, let's see if we got a trader in here. Don't see one. Another system hop. We'll just keep looking until we find them. On that mile speed up, is the timer supposed to go down to 30? I mean, it should, but it doesn't. It should, but it doesn't. But anyway, I got it. I got a rare in. And I'm almost done with the event. So, yeah, win-win. No big deal. Because I got the credits. I got the awards. That's all that matters. Repairs are cheap. Game pays out so much titanium unless you're in Sigma space. It's crazy. So, no worries there. Oh, there's a trader. Definitely not a waste of creds, Mark. I have 0 regrets on getting a Tribune. No regrets at all. Literally no regrets. But I play slower. Like, I don't play a fast gameplay. Because it's not like the 50 ships are bad. The Tribune is an amazing ship. The Tribune will go toe-to-toe with a 53. I kill 53s with the Tribune. The drawback is, as you said, the million faction credits. But between away teams, faction credits themselves, with a lot more ways to source them, and even Latinum, I have no regrets of playing slower and getting a 50. No regrets at all. And I recommend people don't skip any ship anymore. I don't recommend anybody skip a 42, 46, 50. And I'm not saying get all 3 of them, but I definitely don't recommend skipping anymore. This game clearly is designing loops around players having actually gotten the ships at each tier. So, Hellbot says, happy with my Hegtai. Already have enough credits for the Corvus and Nova. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I won't be 53 for a while, and I've literally already got the Vorcha paid for, and I'm probably going to be able to get a Northcut. And I'm not even going to 53 yet. Like, Vorcha paid for. Corvus, obviously I can't, but I'm back up over 100,000 stuff, you know, anyway. But yeah, I just alternated it. So I'm not going to get a Corvus, but I've already got the Vorcha paid for, and I'm already going to have a Nova and a Northcut thanks to the feds. So yeah, it didn't hurt me at all. But I also play slower. My goal is not ops progression. My goal is not ops progression. My goal is being the best I can at my level. So yeah. It just depends on what type of playstyle you want. If ops progression is your playstyle, then the 50 epics are probably going to hinder you. But if you play slower and you play more horizontal, there's nothing wrong at all with getting a 50, and you're going to end up with a better ship than your 46s for, depending on what you want to use it for. You know, the loot bonus of the 46 is why the Pilum is still my number 1, because I'm using it as my primary ship for loot drops. But in terms of like what's my strongest ship for PvP armadas, the Tribune, and it's not even close. Tribune is way stronger. Takes a lot of time to get the 53 to the level to finally be able to upgrade my board cube. Yeah, because you got to go, what, tier 6, Tom? You have Vorcha and a Tribune, and the Tribune has been way more help. It's not even a contest. If I was going to get one, I'd dump the Vorcha. I'll admit, the main reason y'all know I'm going after the Vorcha is vanity. But, yeah, the Tribune will be way cheaper to operate in the 50s, and it will take a while to get the Vorcha powerful enough to bypass the Tribune. You're 52 now and have enough credit save for Vorcha Nova and have enough for a Sanctus. Well, that's the thing, Mark. It just depends on your playstyle. Like, my advantage is I'm punching even higher on solo armadas. I'm actually contributing in regular armadas with a Tribune versus my pylon. It just depends on what you want to do. There we go, another trader. It depends on what you want to do. There's no wrong answer, but I definitely don't regret my Tribune, right? And I will continue to actually tier it up in 5-star and use it. So I think that's the key is, will you actually use it? And if the answer is yes, go for it. If you're just doing it to do it, then wait till you get your G5 chest, and the G5 chest give you a free one. Or G4 chest give you a free one. Is ISO officers locked behind Gorn, which need ISO? Can you ask they can add ISO officers to the event store? Well, not all ISO officers are locked behind Gorn. Janeway, for example, is not locked behind Gorn. Technically, Enterprise E Data is not, because he's sourced through the holodeck, but yeah, that's But you also have artifacts and stuff as well. So Janeway would be your key and working on getting her. There's a couple of ways to get Janeway. I mean, I definitely can argue that Enterprise E Data should be in the event store. Definitely can argue that Janeway should be in the event store, and I will make those arguments. I will be making a post to the Arc Runner saying, hey, can we look at adding these items to the event store based on player feedback? Oh yeah, and Nurse Chapel, who's in the event store right now. You get Nurse Chapel, Janeway, or Enterprise E Data, you're doing Gorn. So I don't have any update for Xindi Armadas to the next. So Rev scared of PvP. Oh, where did you get Rev scared of PvP from? Where did that come from? So where did that come from? You heard the north side was a bad ship. I don't know what that means, David. I don't know what that means. No clue. All right, let's see. Is there another 41 in here? Just looking for traders. Nope. Move on to the next system. Move on to the next system. Any chance for Tribune shards in the event store? Those are already there, aren't they? Don't they already have Tribune shards? I mean, I would never recommend getting faction ship blueprints in a store, but isn't the Tribune already and the Hector and stuff already there? Yeah, it's already there. It's already there, Dyla. I wouldn't never recommend going after that because the exchange rates on these are terrible. But they're already there. But I would absolutely not recommend it. Any ships that you get here need to be specialty ships like the Titan or the Voyager or the Monavine. Yeah, definitely don't waste it on faction ships, in my personal opinion. I would not waste it on faction ships. All right, let's see. Any 51s? We're just looking for traders here. Any traders? Nope. Move on to the next system. Dylan, it's possible that you're too... Oh, yeah, you're level 48. So that's why you can't see them. You're too low level. You got to level up. You got to level up. Too low level. So, all right, let's go into Xborg and... Yeah, I got one pull. And there's some more rares. There's some more rares. So that's a 3-day run. But this is the only reason I farm the traders now, is just so I can do that. Just so I can do that. Yeah, Chapel is in the store for everybody. And what they say about adding her to the paid store, I did bring that up yesterday, and they said they would look into it. I don't know if they will, but I did bring it up. All right, y'all, we've got to wrap up because I've actually got to do a video on the Gorn Eviscerator. And we've run about 10 minutes long. Appreciate everybody who's here. If you want to help out with the surgery fund, we're getting closer and closer to finishing it out. Check out PayPal, Venmo, Cash App. It's never required, but it is tremendously appreciated. Check that out if you haven't already. Join us tonight on Twitch. We will be doing more Star Trek Fleet Command content, and hopefully even more answers for you as we try to give feedback. Let me know if y'all want to message me on my Discord. Just ping me on my Discord. Please don't private message because I've got too many DMs at the moment. But private messaging, you can. But please, if you have like what you want to see in an event store, tag me in my Discord what you want to see in the event store, because I will be making a post to the Overlord saying, hey, here's some big ticket items that players are asking about. Hit me up on all that. Appreciate all those who support the channel. Thank you so much for those who have donated today, including Big Papa Pump, including Mad Happy, everybody who subscribes to the channel, everybody who's the follow button, everybody who's the like button. Appreciate every single one of you. Love you all. Hugh, thank you for the 2 stickers that you dropped today during the stream. We'll catch you on the next one, which is tonight, and I got to get this video out. So let's go. Bye.
An even better outro than the intro. For the Empire and glory to your house.